I appreciate what they set out to do, and I appreciate that they kept the timeless stuff to near non-existent in this match. But what a miscalculation overall. Technical wrestling is not just about doing choreographed holds into one another, especially not as slow as it was here. It didn't help that the crowd didn't care. And not only did the crowd not care, but commentary did not care in the slightest either. Really amateur stuff from the desk, honestly. No matter how bad the match is, at least try to elevate it. And, okay, there weren't a lot of elements in this match that were elevating it. But on Cage Match right now, when I'm looking, it's almost tied with the 8-man scramble match. And look, as bad as you think this match is between Toni and Deonna, it doesn't reach the levels of just like dudes standing around the ring like flexing at each other. Like literally there was no point to that 8-man match other than to put Wardlow over, which I'm not sure it did, but he won, so that's good. Special shout out though on that 8-man match with that double lion salt that Jericho pulled off with the guy from CMLL. That was awesome. But, this match didn't have anything flashy like that other than the entrance, the fake out entrance that Mariah May did, which I absolutely loved. It absolutely got me. I knew the cage match rating going into this, so when I saw the old Toni Storm gimmick come out, I was like, well, that's it. That's why it has a low rating. But no, I mean, it's a solid, but slow. I'll say that it is slow, but it is a solid technical wrestling match. Slower in pace than what we're used to with AEW, but not bad in any way, shape, or form. And I can't fault the guys on commentary. I think they did their job. I mean, I think that this match actually suffered because of the lack of timeless gimmicks that it had. I think Toni's routine that she's been doing in ring with all the gimmick that she has with Luther and looking into the camera, getting her close up, all that stuff is really, really fun. And I would have preferred to have seen more of that in this match, and I would have rated it higher had that been in there. Honestly, this wasn't as bad as one would think, given AEW's famous issues with the women's division. Say it quietly, but it was actually really good. Deonna is one of the best female technical wrestlers stateside, and Toni is no slouch either. Yes, the match had a comparatively slower pace to most of the women's matches, or men's matches, that we see in the West, but honestly, it was to work to the strengths of the two women in the ring. Zack Sabre Jr. once said that showing technical wrestling to Americans is like reading Shakespeare to a dog, and perhaps Western audiences as a whole aren't ready for this sort of evolution in women's wrestling. But if you see this as a technical match first and a women's match second, then there's actually a lot to appreciate here, and that's exactly what I found watching this match. Is I really enjoyed the back and forth that Toni and Deonna had on the mat. It was solid mat wrestling. It was in the perfect spot too. That's the thing about the match that people are just failing to, like, if you just watch this match, which no one does. Nobody just turns on the fucking Toni and Deonna match out of nowhere, just watches that and then turns off the TV. And the match that's going on after this is the fucking match between Will Osprey and Takeshita. So do we need a bunch of big spots right now? No. The audience is about to get hit with all the big spots, action, and excitement that they can ever fucking handle. What we are looking for here in this match was a slower, emotional story to finish off the build that had been building for 2 months on TV. All the way back from the first Dynamite until right up before this show, they were building this story between Toni and Deonna, and that's what I was here for, was the story, and that's why I wasn't disappointed. If you didn't watch the fucking build, if you didn't pay attention to any of that shit, if you left directly after this match, then I can get being upset about it. But where it was in the card, the story that it told, I thought it did its job extremely well, and I would not give it such a low... I mean, people were literally giving this thing fucking zeros on Cage Match, which I haven't even seen recently, and that's just fucking crazy. I really enjoyed Toni Storm versus Deonna. I adored the fake out of Mariah May on the entrance. I totally bought it, and it's rare I believe in those things. The match was, to me, extremely good wrestling. I understand others didn't think as highly of it, but the actual match I thought was good. I didn't care for the finish. I don't like unclean finishes on pay-per-views. I wanted there to be a definitive winner. I know that means there's an opportunity to have matches in the future as well, and I get that. I just prefer clean finishes on pay-per-views. I enjoy watching both wrestle. To me, it could have been a longer match. I gotta disagree there. I don't think the match should have been longer. I think it was the perfect fucking length, especially for the ratings that are coming through on this thing. You don't want to put the audience to sleep. You just want to give them a chance to breathe between big, exciting matches. I'm gonna have to give this match a 3 because it lacked any of that flash. There was no flash to it, and it's a pay-per-view, and there should be something going on in the pay-per-view. Another low-rated match of the night was Daniel Garcia versus Christian Cage, and I would give that one maybe a similar 3 or even lower. I think that was a worse match than this one. I think anyone looking at those two matches and saying that Christian and Garcia put on a better match, a more entertaining match, would be absolutely fucking wrong. This was better than other things on the card. It was definitely better than that shit show of an 8-man scramble. And it's a lot better than the people are saying on cagematch.com. I just want to make it very clear so it's understood. The problem isn't on commentary. The problem isn't the women in the ring. The problem is us. We have to take some personal responsibility about the women's division AEW, and we have to show up when they show out.
And now a word from our very nice, very evil sponsors.
Hey guys, on assignment here from Parts Unknown with Nigel McGuinness, the amazing announcer and magician.
Not Parts Unknown, is it? Where are we? Acme Comics in Greensboro, North Carolina. Come and check us out any chance you're in town, or if you're not, Nigel McGuinness's Magical Night is going all over America and all over the world, and there will be clam diggers like this showing up and the gall to wear this t-shirt. You'd think he'd have an idea, you'd think he'd watch the show, but instead Jeff spelt the American way.
Correct.
What that means. What do you think of the show?
Oh my gosh, the show is phenomenal. If you're a fan of Nigel, if you're a fan of magic, if you're a fan of wrestling, and if you're a fan of fun and celebration, you need to go watch this show. It is worth the entirety of your day, your time, everything. Go see the show.
It's worth your life, really. Let's be honest. You'd give your life for it, wouldn't you?
Definitely, in a heartbeat.
100%. So, at McGuinness Nigel, follow me on social media. You can find all the information. Don't be a stranger. Ta-da!
This match had everything wrong. Not only did it steal the spotlight from the world title match, which should have been the main event, said literally one guy. But in granting Sting a victory as a champion, it makes the Bucks look like buffoons. Dude, that's the thing that makes the Buck look like... Oh yeah, that's it. That's the part. None of the other shit they do. This is it. Also, babyfaces being 4-on-2 or even 6-on-2 if we count Flair and Steamboat are supposed to be cheered? Yeah? Fuck the Bucks, man. The whole fucking arena says fuck the Bucks, and this guy's like, I think the Bucks are being done wrong. But even discarding that, if the goal was to go have Sting win the match, he shouldn't have been champion. That match had enough stakes. Also, Darby is crazy and made me uncomfortable with the bump. Well, you know, of course that made everybody uncomfortable. I think all the negative reviews come from that Darby bump, which I'm going to play like way too many times in this review because I thought it was fucking awesome. Like I've said before on this channel, Darby's going to do this shit whether you are watching or whether you are not. So I just think it's fucking cool that we get to appreciate how crazy this dude is. And he seems fine. You know what? He seems fine. I'm not going to sit here and clutch my pearls over it. It was a fucking crazy spot. I leapt out of my goddamn chair when it happened. It's probably one of the craziest bumps. It was the craziest bump I've literally seen anybody take on a professional level. There's crazy underground deathmatch shit that happens all the time. Like, go right quick and go check out Joey Janela's shit on the indies. Like, I'll give you a second. Go check it out. Okay, yeah, so that shit's going on like all the time, right? And Darby takes one little, basically in comparison, ginger bump, and we're gonna get all like, ooh, it took me out of the match. But you don't have to go getting so damn worked up just because you're so soft you can't even watch it. A great end to his AEW run, a great end to his career. He chose the best possible opponent for his final match. I loved every moment from the entrance to the end of the show, every spot, every near fall. I liked having Surfer Sting and Wolfpack Sting there. Thank you, Sting. Great job to them for making up for the lack of footage from WWE on this. I know there was a lot of debate online whether the WWE should have given them access to some clips of Sting or whether that was just like best business practices and they were totally right for it. The thing is, they were absolutely dicks, okay? Like, there is no way on this fucking planet I'm going to sit here and tell you that they were not dickheads for not allowing AEW to use some clips from Sting, at least in WCW, which is a fucking defunct company and no longer exists. They own the tape library, but for fuck's sake, you can give up some of the footage from the motherfucking house that Sting built, for Christ's sake. I understand why it didn't happen. I understand that big corporations suck, but for people to be here on the internet, like sticking up for the awful, shitty, dickheaded corporation by being like, well, of course they wouldn't because that's what corporations do and they have to protect their assets. You're a fucking asshole. Let me tell you this straight up. If Cody was running the WWE, I believe that Cody would have let that footage go out the door because Cody's not a fucking asshole. Plus, when things went the other direction and the WWE wanted to make a documentary on Cody Rhodes and they wanted to use some AEW footage, well, guess what? AEW was like, yeah, go ahead, man. It's an important part of his fucking life. We don't want to jam up your documentary and have it look all fucking weird because you can't use any footage. Sting left it all out there. I think he did everything he could do throughout his entire AEW run. Every spot, every bump, every move, every moment that Sting had left, we saw it. I don't think there was anywhere to go from here. And that's what makes it a really, really good retirement match, is because there's literally nowhere to go. If there was another match with Sting, I don't know what he would do. Nothing would top this. This was all the guns, everything out. You got his sons out there for the entrance. I do like that they did mock the Shawn Michaels bit. They did mouth, they didn't mouth, they fucking yelled out, we're not sorry and we hate you. And then they super kicked him, which I thought was awesome. I mean, there's no better wrestlers to do that. If that's your goal, is to mock the Shawn Michaels bit with Ric Flair, it kind of mirror that, which is beautiful. There's no better wrestlers to deliver a super kick after that. There's no better way to kind of like try to top that, to kind of one up it. The only thing, if I was going to say anything was off about this, it would be like kind of the Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat kind of run-ins. But man, when the super kicks hit those guys, the fucking roof comes off, dude. Like, the Young Bucks have garnered so much heat in this. When they win that fucking tag tournament, the walls are going to come falling down on those fucking guys. Like, it is going to be nuclear heat, and I'm here for it. For the match, I'm going to give this all the fucking rating, everything I got. And I forgot to turn this light on, so I've been sitting here in the dark. But there, the light's on now, and there's the rating. Good news is nobody watches this part of the video, so it doesn't matter. I've been sitting here in the dark the whole time. But that's it, everybody. That's it for the review. That's it for this video. Once again, I got the Instagram down there in the corner. If you want to go follow me over there, that would be fantastic. I've done a lot of reviews recently, and if some reason you have missed those reviews and you didn't watch them, make sure you go back and check them out now and keep digging.
Mr. Hartgrave, I heard you're a bit of a clam digger. Well, let's be honest, with a name like Hartgrave, probably going to stop soon. You're going to end up in the grave with that sort of an opinion. Nigel McGuinness, number 1. Well, number 6 in 2009. Brian Danielson, 23, so very lucky.
Thanks, Sting. Thank you, Sting. Thank you, Stinger. Too sweet for life, baby.
Woo!
Thank you, Sting.
Thank you, Sting. Thank you, Sting. Icon for a reason.
Thank you, Sting.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sting.
Stinger.
Thank you, Stinger. I've been a fan since I was 5 years old. This is a big deal to me. I can't wait to see you go out there. We're going to blow the roof off of this place tonight.
Thank you, Sting. Showtime for the last time.
Sting, you're retiring. You're making me feel old. I dressed up as you for Halloween 2 times. Now I'm taking my son to see your last match.
Thank you, Sting, for everything.
Well, thank you, Stink, so much. Since I was a kid, I felt like I've grown up watching you from Surfer Sting when I was a kid to a teenager, the Crow Sting, to, just being the Wolfpack Sting to now finishing out your career here in AEW. It's been absolutely amazing. I don't like to use the word hero too often, but Sting, he's our hero.
Thank you, Sting. You're the best.
Thank you to the icon, Sting. Thank you, Sting.
Yeah.
Thank you, Icon. I appreciate everything. You have no idea how much you meant to me, how much you still mean to me, how much you will always mean to me. You will always be the 97 Sting that kicked Hogan's butt at Starrcade. I love you. Peace out. Have a good retirement. Gonna miss you.
Sting, you were an amazing part of my childhood. I just want to thank you for everything.
Stop what you're doing, baby, and follow Mr. Hargrave from parts unknown, if you will, baby.
Mark joined one half of private party, say what up to the grave diggers, and keep doing your thing.
Watch another video or the test.